nothing I should say, moves without trucking. So we're very, very grateful. Mimi, you have a bright future in politics. You are amazing. Thank you. We gotta wait until one of us old guys retire and then jump in there. And Dale, thank you for your ongoing friendship and your support, all of you. I'm very, very grateful for everyone coming out today. You know, folks, we're facing an unprecedented situation here in Ontario and right across our great country. And we're seeing not only if or when they're coming, it doesn't matter if it's next week, 2 months, a year down the road. You know, President Trump has said numerous times he wants us to be the 51st state, and my reply is Canada is not for sale. Canada is never for sale, and we're going to do everything that we can. I'm going to use every tool in our toolbox to make sure we defend the people of Ontario, make sure we protect the people of Ontario, protect their jobs, protect their livelihoods, protect businesses, and protect communities. I will spare no expense to make sure everyone is protected in this province. We have a strong and vibrant province. Make no mistake, the reason we're the #1 target is because we're prosperous. We're an economic powerhouse right across the country, but in North America as well. And when I talk to my colleagues down in the US, matter if it's Congress, men or women, governors or senators, and I talk to 2 or 3 every single day, Republican, Democrat, not one single one said Canada is the problem. Canada is not the problem. You know, when 2 of the closest friends and treasured allies are going at each other, the whole world's watching. And the whole world's thinking, this is unbelievable. If he's going to do it to his closest friend and ally, he'll be doing it to us as well. You know, I'll tell you what Washington speaks about. Washington wakes up in the morning and talks about China. At lunch, they talk about China, and at night, they talk about China. We are not the problem. You know, we stand shoulder to shoulder with the Americans. And make no mistake, it's not the American people. I've talked to the American people. I was there for 20 years in Chicago, New Jersey. I still talk to them. They can't believe what's happening. What it does is it puts instability, not only with Americans, but Canadians. It could devastate both economies. We do $1.3 trillion, think of that. For 28 states across our country, we're the #1 customer, #1 ally. We ship them over 4.3 million barrels of oil every single day. That's 1.2 billion, over 1.2 billion barrels a year. Just imagine if they didn't have our oil. It'd go up the prices immediately overnight, anywhere from 80 to 90 cents a gallon down in the US. If they didn't have our uranium that gets mined in Saskatchewan, largest in the world, and gets transported over to Port Hope, Ontario, and then goes down to the US, there's only one other place they can buy it off, that's the Russians, and they're going to buy it off the Russians. The potash as well. Potash from Saskatchewan. President Trump wants to target our farmers, wants to stop our food chain. Well, I'll tell you, potash, 87% of it goes down to US farmers. They could not survive without Canadians. And all our critical minerals. We have more critical minerals here in Ontario and across Canada than any jurisdiction in the entire world. They're high-grade nickel, the cobalt, the lithium, and the list keeps going on. They need our critical minerals. We ship 50% of our high-grade nickel down to the US. We ship it down there for their manufacturing, for their weapons. They couldn't survive without our nickel, our aluminum. And I could go on and on. I'm going to end on aluminum. Aluminum from Quebec goes down. Everyone has drank a Coca-Cola, or a Pepsi, or a Molson's, or a Labatt's. All that aluminum comes from Quebec, gets shipped down there. The cans are produced, and they get shipped back up. So I've told all the owners and the CEOs of those companies, we need to manufacture cans here. It's our aluminum. We need to manufacture here and create thousands of jobs. We're investing billions and billions of dollars into our infrastructure, over $200 billion, to make sure that we build the highways, Highway 413, the Bradford Bypass, Highway 3 in southern Ontario, we're going to widen that. We're expanding 401 East, we're expanding 401 West, we're expanding the QEW. Everywhere you go, the 400 series, there's construction. Everywhere you go, you see infrastructure. We're building the largest subway system in the entire North America. No one is building a subway system like we are. Over $70 billion on transit. We're spending $30 billion on roads. And we know that all the 400 series highways are going to be at capacity in 10 years, including the 407 will be at capacity in 10 years. The 401 is already at capacity. It's costing our economy $56 billion every single year of lost productivity. And no one knows it better than my friends behind us, being stuck, your drivers being stuck in traffic across the 401. We made an announcement today. We're going to build the largest tunnel in the entire world. We have the greatest people. We have the ingenuity. We have the knowledge. We have the equipment. We will be leaders in building tunnels, which we already are, but we'll do the largest tunnel in the world. So in 10 years, when it's at capacity, we're going to have more capacity when the 413 it gets done, the Bradford bypass, and the 401 tunnel. We're building new hospitals right across this great province, right here in Mississauga, the largest build anywhere in the country. We're building Brampton. We're adding more capacity. We're adding over, think of this, we've hired 15,000 more doctors, 100,000 new nurses, 30,000 nursing students are in colleges and universities right now. We're paying for all their education. We're building medical schools. There hasn't been a medical school built in over 100 years in Peel region. We're building that medical school here. We're building it in York University. We're building a medical school, adding seats to the University of Toronto Scarborough campus. Our Northern Medical School are getting more seats. We're getting ramped up. And there's no jurisdiction, as I said, is not either getting an addition to their hospital or building a new hospital. Over $50 billion in infrastructure. That's supporting people in the skilled trades, in the trucking industry, because the only way to get this from point A to point B is through our trucking group. And I always say, without truckers, we're going nowhere. So we rely on each and every one of you. We're grateful to each and every one of you. And folks, I want to thank you for coming out tonight. There's never been a more critical election in the history of this country. We need a 4-year mandate to outlive and outlast the Trump administration. And we'll make sure that there's certainty. We're going to make sure that the economy is still moving. Last year, there was 200,000 new jobs created. When we took office, the previous government chased 300,000 jobs out of our province. All we saw are taillights heading south to the border with companies. Since we've been in office, there's been 850,000 new jobs today than there was 7 years ago. 200,000 more. 200,000 just got created last year from all of you, not the government. We create the environment and conditions for companies to come here and thrive and prosper and grow. The other area I'm going to leave you with, oh, by the way, the numbers came out last month, 39,000 new jobs, 14,000 manufacturing, 24,000 the month before, with all this going on. So imagine if we didn't have this, how quickly we can grow. I'll leave you with this, and I'm going to wrap it up here. We're the only government in recent memory that I can ever remember. We have never raised the tax. We've done the opposite. We're putting money back into your pockets. It's a very simple theory, economics 101. Put money into people's pockets, not the government. The worst place you could ever give your money is to the government, by the way. Put money back into your pockets, you'll stimulate the economy. Put money back into businesses like Gig Express, and guess what they're going to do? They're going to buy new trucks, they're going to invest it into their people, into technology, into infrastructure. That creates more jobs. We will never, ever raise the tax, no matter if it's the gas, and I wish I was able to put a big sign on the gas pumps. We reduced gas by 10 cents a liter. That's done forever. We're never bringing it back. Well, there's a problem. The federal government, in April 1st, they're going to raise their carbon tax. It'll be 20 cents a liter. So it's 15 cents more. They're going to add another 5 cents. That's going to kill people. So we have to get rid of that carbon tax. Imagine if our gas was 20 cents a liter less right now. And we're going to make sure that we keep investing into the people. And folks, I hope everyone, we did the largest check run in the history of Canada. 14 million checks. I've made a phone call, asked how many checks are out. So 11.2 million checks have gone out. It will go out to anyone that's a resident of Ontario that has paid their taxes in the year 23, 22. That's the information we have. You will be getting a $200 check. Your kids will be getting a $200 check. And you know, you might be able to go out as simple as going for dinner. You might be able to buy a pair of sneakers. You might be able to get your kids new clothes. But you know the difference between us and other elected officials and parties? Every single party out there believes that's the government's money. How dare we give it back to the people that gave it to us? We have a different theory, and it took us a half a second. And by the way, just to go on record, we decided this well before we decided to do an election. We brought it to cabinet, and we went around the table. It took us about 2 seconds saying, this isn't our money, this is the taxpayers' money. We're giving your money back to you, as government should. I want to thank you. God bless each and every one of you. Please get out and vote February 27th. I'm forever, ever grateful. Folks, I think we're going to do a little photo lineup, but I'm very grateful. So thank you. Thank you.